Why would a person not hire Magami? Why would a person not use Magami protocols for life and business, success, prosperity, optimum health? Because we've been conditioned by the matrix, by the powers that be, by the demonically possessed media persons, demonically possessed politicians, teachers, parents. And maybe it's because Magami doesn't have a traditional website, a shopping cart, all of those trappings that we have been persuaded are the things that make us fine, upstanding citizens that can be trusted. I am an online marketer. I have all those trappings. I have the shopping cart. I have the websites. I make millions of dollars. And everybody who is going to be successful needs some of those things. But what's very interesting, this is the most fascinating thing that's been revealed to me by Magami, and that is that when you use these trappings, okay, that the universe tells us are the things that we need in order to persuade people, in order to sell them our philosophy or our products or whatever it might be. Every single one of us sees everything in a different way. And I try to see things from the perspective of my customers. But I'm a human being. I can only assume from my life experiences what my customers are thinking and experiencing, but we all see things from a different perspective and a different reality. And this is the key. This is the biggest key that you have to understand. If you personally cannot or do not have the talent or the insight or the connection to understand other realities, then you can only see the world and your customers through your reality. And the beautiful thing about Magami protocols is that Magami himself understands all of it, and he can open your eyes to those other realities. And if you are unable to see them, if you're unable to identify them, if you're unable to use them to your benefit, if you're unable to target them, manipulate them to your own benefit, then you will become a victim of those things, all right? And if you become a victim, then you have a solution, all right? You can hire, or you can procure, or you can add someone to your intellectual, spiritual team, whatever you want to call it. And that person for me is Magami. Magami opens my eyes to other realities. He opens portals and doors and hatches to other realities. So I am then able to go through into those other realities and adjust my sales pitch, adjust my personal reality to fit into that other reality so that I can exploit it to my benefit. That's what a king does. That's what a king does. And I am the king of my reality, the king of my domain. I am the one who makes the rules. But I cannot dominate the serfs without the information that comes directly from Magami. So, I don't care if Magami lives in a cave. I don't care if he lives in a hole. I don't care if he lives under my house or if he lives in a palace. The information, the experience, the knowledge, the method by which Magami transfers realities and information from his experience into mine so that I can use it, on a daily basis. That right there is the key to success. It's the key to success. It will be the key to your success. I'm sorry about that. That's another phone over there, and it's out of my reach, so I can't turn it off. So, please close the door. Please close the door. Thank you. That's how you dominate. That is how you create and manifest your will. That's how you impose your will on the universe so that you will get the things that you need out of it. Otherwise, you will live a life of mediocrity. You will constantly be searching. You will constantly be unhappy, unfulfilled. That is what you have to look forward to, and many people find that very comforting because mediocrity doesn't require a lot of devotion, dedication. It only requires submission. And you can submit to mediocrity. You've been submitting to mediocrity your entire life. So if that's your comfort zone, then continue doing it. And I wish you luck. I wish you a great life in mediocrity. If you want to elevate that to the highest level possible, to gain the highest perspective on life, on your life, and extract the most out of this life, this single life that you've been given, then you have to step up your game. You have to elevate your intellect. You have to elevate the knowledge, your knowledge in areas that you're right now probably unaware of. One of the ways that Magami does that, it's brilliant, and it's something that I never considered. You are incapable of reaching a higher level of awareness, of consciousness. You are unable to see other realities. You're only able to think in a linear fashion, all right, when all of this other stuff, all this other amazing stuff is happening in dimensions that you're unaware of and you can't even see. How do you begin to see those other realities? Well, the first thing Magami will do is teach you how to detoxify your body, to remove the toxins that we all have, the parasites that we all have, the demonic possessions that we all have. And when all of that shit is pulled out of your system, your mind is able to reach incredibly high levels of consciousness, and with those incredibly high levels of consciousness, you are then able to elevate your life, your reality, and move through and in and out of different realities in a way that you never thought possible. So that's the first order of business. Everybody's different, but that's probably the first step to you becoming a fully actualized human being on this planet Earth. So that's my wish for you. That's my hope for you, that you will. You may contact Magami and start working with him and decide that he's a complete nutcase and say, thanks very much, let me the fuck out of here. The 0.5%, the 0.1% who is able to, by some miracle, by some great gift, able to see that little tiny spark that says, this is very uncomfortable, this is very different, this is very unusual, this is a little bit crazy, a little bit kooky. If you have that little tiny spark that tells you that, then you might take the plunge. And if you do, a world will open up to you like no world you've ever even dreamed was possible. And I'm on that journey right now with Magami. And I was introduced to Magami by a very angry man. He's a great friend of mine, but he's very, very angry. and he became very angry with me. He's going down his own path, all right? And our friendship will rekindle, and we will be together again one day. But for now, he's just angry. But he's also on a path, his own reality. He's beginning to explore and understand his own path, and you've got your own. The beautiful thing about Magami is he's not a guru. He's not a cult. You will find your own way. I find my own way. I do my own thing. I discover my own realities. And that's what my angry friend is doing. But I've introduced Magami to probably 6 or 7 people. People of the highest order, people that I have respect for. They weren't able to hack it. They couldn't see the light. And it's very, very interesting how this club, if you want to call it that, is tiny. Very few people around the world will ever go down this path. But if you choose to, I encourage you. And it will be the most monumental adventure that you will ever undertake. It starts in your mind and your body, and then it engulfs the entire planet, and then the entire universe and everything that's known and unknown to mankind. And if anything that I've said interests you at all, sparks any level of interest, then you're on your way, my friend, and I congratulate you for seeing it. Not many people do.